The boy stood on the corner every morning. Daniel noticed him long before he ever spoke to him. The same way you notice a street light that's always on or a shop that never changes its window display. At first, the boy blended into the routine of the street. A small figure near the crosswalk, holding a stack of newspapers pressed against his chest, shoulders hunched slightly against the cold. "Paper," the boy would say, not loudly, not desperately, just enough to be heard by anyone willing to listen. Daniel passed him the first week without stopping. He told himself he was late. The second week, he told himself the boy probably had parents watching nearby. By the third week, he didn't tell himself anything at all. He simply walked past, eyes forward, coat collar turned up, letting the city decide what he noticed and what he didn't. That was how mornings worked. People moved. Lights changed. Nothing asked for permission. That particular morning, the cold had a sharper edge to it. The kind of cold that slips under your sleeves and settles into your hands before you realize it's there. Daniel reached into his coat pocket for his gloves and felt only the lining. He'd forgotten them. He slowed, irritated with himself, and that's when he heard the voice again. "Paper." Daniel stopped. The boy was standing exactly where he always stood, near the corner where the bakery smell faded into exhaust and damp concrete. His jacket was zipped all the way up, though the fabric looked thin. The stack of newspapers under his arm was thicker than usual. "How much?" Daniel asked, the words coming out before he'd decided to say them. $2, the boy replied. Daniel glanced at the stack. There had to be 20 papers there, maybe more. Without thinking too hard about it, he pulled out his wallet and handed the boy a bill. "I'll take all of them," Daniel said. "You don't need to be standing here this long." For a second, the boy didn't react at all. He didn't smile, didn't reach for the money, didn't say thank you. He froze, like someone had interrupted a process that wasn't meant to be interrupted. "All of them?" the boy asked carefully. Daniel nodded. "Yeah, it's cold. You can head home early." The boy looked down at the newspapers, then back up at Daniel. "I can't," he said quietly. Daniel frowned. "Why not?" "I have to sell them one by one," the boy said. "That's how it works." Daniel let out a small laugh, assuming it was some kind of rule. "Whose rule is that?" The boy hesitated, just for a moment. "My dad's," he said. Something in the way he said it made Daniel pause. Not alarm, not suspicion, just a sense that this wasn't a rule meant to be bent. Daniel handed the bill back. "All right," he said. "Then I'll take one." The boy nodded, relief flickering across his face, and handed Daniel a single paper, straightening the corner before passing it over. Daniel paid, tucked the paper under his arm, and started walking again. After a few steps, he glanced back. The boy was already facing the street, holding the remaining stack, voice steady. "Paper." The next morning, Daniel slowed before he reached the corner. He didn't know why. He just did. The boy was there again. Same spot, same posture, same stack of newspapers. "Morning," Daniel said. "Morning," the boy replied. Daniel bought another paper, and the next day, another. By the end of the week, it had become routine, a small, unspoken agreement between two people who saw each other every day but didn't talk much beyond what was necessary. Daniel began noticing things. The boy never ate while he was there, never leaned against the building behind him, never checked a phone or looked distracted. When someone stopped, he focused completely on them. When they walked away, he reset, standing straight again, like the moment hadn't happened. One morning, Daniel arrived earlier than usual. The street was nearly empty, the sky still pale. "You're out early," Daniel said. "I like mornings," the boy replied. "They're quieter." Daniel nodded. "They don't expect much from you." The boy looked at him, considering that. "That's true. How old are you?" Daniel asked. 12. That's young to be working. The boy shrugged. It's temporary. Daniel smiled faintly. Everything is temporary. The boy met his eyes. That's what my dad says. Daniel hesitated. Where is your dad? The boy adjusted the stack of papers. At home, resting. Daniel didn't push. He'd learned, over the years, that people told you what they were ready to tell you. That afternoon, work ran late. Meetings stretched longer than they should have. When Daniel finally left the building, the sky had darkened and the street lights were already on. As he passed the corner, he slowed instinctively. The boy was still there. Only a few papers left. You should be home, Daniel said gently. I will, the boy replied. Just need to finish. Daniel watched as a couple walked past without stopping. The boy didn't react. He just waited. Can I ask you something? Daniel said. The boy nodded. If someone bought all your papers, Daniel said carefully, wouldn't that help? The boy thought for a long time before answering. No, he said. It would end it. Daniel felt something tighten in his chest. In what? The boy looked down at the papers. My dad used to stand here, he said. Every morning. Same place. Daniel listened. He sold them one by one too, the boy continued. Same rules. He said, that's how you know it's real. Daniel didn't interrupt. He got sick, the boy said. Doctors say he'll get better. Just not yet. The boy swallowed. He told me if I could sell them the same way, it means nothing changed. It means he'll come back. The street was quiet. If I stop, the boy said softly, then it means something broke. Daniel looked at the boy and realized he wasn't standing on a street corner with a child selling newspapers. He was standing next to someone holding a fragile idea together with both hands. The next morning, Daniel brought coffee. 2 cups. He held one out to the boy. For your dad, if he wants it. The boy stared at the cup, then accepted it carefully, like it was something valuable. Thank you, he said. That evening, Daniel followed him. Not closely, not obviously, just enough to see where he went. The boy walked several blocks, turned down a quieter street, and entered an older apartment building. The kind with flickering lights and chipped paint. Daniel waited a moment, then knocked. The door opened slowly. A man stood there, thinner than he should have been, leaning slightly on the doorframe. Yes, the man asked. Daniel cleared his throat. I'm sorry to bother you. I think I've been buying newspapers from your son. The man sighed. Not annoyed, just tired. He insists, the man said. I told him he didn't have to. Daniel smiled gently. He's very committed. The man glanced back toward the apartment. That sounds like him. Inside, the space was small but clean. Newspapers were stacked neatly by the door. I'll be back out there, the man said quietly, almost to himself. Just need time. Daniel nodded. He believes that. The man closed his eyes for a moment. That night, Daniel made a decision. He didn't give the boy more money. He didn't offer to solve anything. He talked to the cafe owner who opened early, to the security guard who worked nights, to co-workers who walked that street every morning. By one, Daniel said. Just one. The corner changed slowly. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but more people stopped. One paper at a time. The boy noticed. The stack got smaller faster. Still counted carefully. Still sold one by one. One morning he smiled. My dad stood up today, he said. Another day. He came outside. A week later. He says maybe next week. Daniel bought his paper every morning. Just one. One day, Daniel passed the corner and saw 2 figures standing there. The boy and his dad, both holding newspapers. Same rules. Daniel didn't stop that morning. He just nodded as he walked past. The boy nodded back. The city kept moving, but something had stayed intact. Sometimes helping isn't about doing more. Sometimes it's about not breaking the thing that's holding someone together.